Today is World Elephant Day. World Elephant Day was created over a decade ago with the goal of raising awareness about the protection of elephants. From the issues facing declining numbers of elephants in the wild due to poaching, habitat loss, and human-elephant conflict, to the number of suffering captive elephants held in zoos, circuses, and unethical tourist venues that profit from the exploitation of these magnificent beings. Please never partake in riding an elephant or playing with baby elephants. The suffering they endure in order to train them to be docile enough for this is one of the most heartbreaking things that most couldn't even imagine. I'm Marianne Holm, the founder and president of LEAP, Lucy's Edmonton Advocates Project. My group LEAP has dedicated members from across the globe with one goal only: to see the Asian elephant Lucy, who is currently housed at the Edmonton Valley Zoo, finally retired to sanctuary. Lucy is a 48-year-old elephant who was wild captured in Sri Lanka when she was just a baby and should have still been nursing. She was sold to the Edmonton Zoo, where she remains to this day. During her 46 years in Edmonton, she has been trapped in an inappropriate climate, spending most of her time indoors in a tiny, barren concrete barn, and worst of all, she has been without the company of another Asian elephant. Elephants are supposed to live in large, tight-knit, matriarchal herds, and experts say keeping a lone female elephant is one of the cruelest fates they can suffer. Lucy is managed with bullhooks, which are banned in accredited U.S. zoos, but are still allowed in Canada. The climate in Edmonton, or in Canada for that matter, is not appropriate for a subtropical animal like an elephant. Thankfully, other city-owned zoos in Canada have sent their elephants south, such as Calgary, Vancouver, and Toronto. Elephants are not indoor animals, and yet we know Lucy spends 2/3 of her life inside, with only painted trees on her cement walls and standing on hard, unnatural substrates like concrete, which alone lead to the early demise of about 50% of zoo elephants. They are meant to roam and forage on soft earth with varied substrates. These unnatural conditions lead to foot disease and arthritis, both of which are painful and deadly. Lucy suffers from both, as well as a number of other captivity-related conditions that will reduce her life expectancy, such as colic, obesity, zoochosis, and painful dental issues from an unnatural diet. Elephants in zoos rarely survive past the age of 50, and yet those living in sanctuaries generally live until their 70s, 80s, and even 90s. Lucy has been as much as 1,500 pounds overweight due to a poor diet and lack of exercise. Elephants are normally on the move 18 to 20 hours a day, but Lucy has little space to move in. It was recently discovered, despite zookeepers and zoo vets noting Lucy's abdominal pain for several years, that she has a 70-pound benign uterine tumor that could have easily been treated with medication many years earlier. Needless suffering was endured by her for so long due to a lack of appropriate medical care. Instead, she was given pain medication and remained undiagnosed. This was only recently identified when the zoo was forced to allow in international experts, rather than the same zoo vets that missed discovering this. Lucy's supporters were thrilled to finally have these evaluations take place after over a decade of waiting, and were even more thrilled when 2 out of the 3 expert reports indicated she could be safely relocated. For years, when urged to relocate Lucy, the zoo has claimed her life would be at risk if transported, based on an ongoing undiagnosed respiratory condition. While her breathing issue remains a mystery, it was recently determined that the air filtration system in Lucy's barn was not adequate, and that Lucy has been breathing in contaminants from a variety of sources, and coupled with the cold, dry climate in Edmonton, it is very possible her breathing issues stem from her environment. We are awaiting further analysis on this. Thankfully, her oxygen levels are normal at rest, which means Lucy could be transported to sanctuary safely, as outlined in 2 of the recent expert consultations. Sadly, the zoo, City of Edmonton, and local media chose to listen to the one report that said Lucy should remain and ignored the 2 more fulsome reports in favor of moving Lucy to sanctuary. LEAP recently undertook a fundraising campaign to see a large billboard placed in the city that states, "Experts say Lucy needs sanctuary," to try and counter the erroneous media reports. Lucy desperately needs everyone's help. You can learn more by visiting our website, www.leapforlucy.com, and joining our Facebook group, Lucy's Edmonton Advocates Project. Both will provide information on ways you can help Lucy. We are also on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can find us on YouTube by searching Leap Edmonton. If you'd like to donate to Lucy's campaign, you can do so through our website or by e-transfer to info@leapforlucy.com. You can also email us at the same address if you have questions or concerns. We are hoping to raise more funds so we can keep Lucy's billboard up beyond this summer and so we can fund future advertising to get this important information out. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video so that we can finally #RetireLucy, allowing her to live in a warm climate sanctuary in the company of her own for whatever time she has left. She deserves nothing less. The team at LEAP thanks you in advance for your support. We hope to see you join us in the fight to save Lucy.